Did Vinny Jr. go too far with his celebration? And did Prestianni really call Vinny Jr. a monkey? Having Prestianni suspended, was that a little bit too much? We're going to talk about all of this right here, right now. I'm your girl Nelly, and you're watching Nelly Wants to Talk About It.
Nelly wants to talk about it, so let's talk about it.
Welcome to Nelly Wants to Talk About It. Today we're talking football, and as you can see, I am not alone. I have with me a football lover. He is passionate by football. He breathes football. He knows football inside out. It's the one and only Giovanni.
How you doing?
How are you, Giovanni?
I'm good. I'm good.
Yes, thank you so much for coming.
Building. I'm a football lover, like you said. I eat and sleep football. Since a young age. That's all we did. On our spare time after school, we were outside playing football. So football is life.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know the game.
I think I do.
She's trying to be humble.
I know some. Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
For sure. Yeah.
So, you watched the match, Real Madrid versus Benfica.
Right.
The first one, after the one where Vinny Jr.
Right.
did his celebration. You watched the match.
Okay.
So, for you as a football lover,
right.
and you know the rules and everything,
right.
when you saw Vinny Jr. scored beautiful goal, by the way, it was really beautiful. When he had that celebration, did you know, oh, he's going to get in trouble for this because it's against the rule? Is that what you were thinking? Or you thought, great, like this is what, it's expected?
When I saw that celebration, first thing that came into my head was the fans must have been trash talking him the entire time prior to this goal. So for him, that was a response to the trash talk. Now that's what I'm assuming, but that's what came into my head.
Okay.
So when he did that celebration, I was like, yeah, this looks like he's responding to the trash talk. And, it's part of the game. Trash talking is part of the game. And when someone does something nice, they're going to respond.
Yes.
And to me, that's what came into my head, yes.
And are they allowed to do that?
Well, yes, it's part of the game, like we said. Some people is going to talk into your ears, try and antagonize you.
Okay, yes, to get a reaction. Mm-hmm. Correct.
And then if you end up doing something that works out in your favor,
you get back at them. Okay, but what about Vinny's dancing? Is there a rule around, like, because I don't know, but I think they're not allowed to remove the jersey, for example.
Right.
Okay, so how far does these rules go? Like, is there, like, you're not allowed to dance as well? Because I did a video about it, and I said, I remember, watching match. Like, I'm not obviously an expert like you, but I remember watching matches where I used to see, people would dance. It's a thing that, footballers do after they score. So did they change the rule? Like, are they allowed to dance? Was it the dance, or was it where he was standing when he did it? Like, what was it all about? Like, because he got a yellow card.
Right.
So what was it all about for you? Did you think it was because the way he was dancing or where he was standing? Are there new rules about, how you should celebrate?
Well, the yellow card for me was wrong.
Oh, okay. So you just thought it was wrong.
I was against the yellow card, totally against it, because it's a celebration. All he did is dance.
Mm-hmm.
There's no rules that says you cannot dance, mm-hmm. or you just celebrate.
Okay.
Yes, you can't take your jersey off.
But he didn't do that.
Maybe if you gesture the supporters,
okay.
or the substitutes, the players that's on the bench, mm-hmm. then of course you'll get a yellow card.
Okay.
But just for dancing, no, absolutely not. There's no rule against it. It's just the level, and he didn't go beyond the level, mm-hmm. in my opinion.
Do you think the referee was maybe low-key supporting Benfica?
No. There's some referees, they feel like they have to overstep,
okay.
The authority.
Okay.
Some of them feel like they have a point to prove. Again, that's just my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
I think he went overboard. You didn't have to book him there. He celebrated.
He didn't break a rule.
He didn't break a rule.
Okay.
So why the yellow card? Only the referee knows.
Okay, because I know Vinny also didn't understand. He did post about,
Right.
he said that he didn't get what he got a yellow card. Okay, so now let's move on.
Now, can I add this?
Go ahead.
Sorry for cutting you off there.
Yeah, go ahead. No, fine.
Sometimes when you celebrate, dancing, and like I said, we all knew it was a response to the trash talk.
Okay.
And what can happen now, you get a reaction from the crowd who's going to throw bottles and throw whatever they can find at the player. And they're going to look at it as, well, you're provoking them, so then I'll give you a yellow card.
Oh,
because you provoked the supporters. Yes. So that's possible.
That could be the reason. Okay. It makes sense.
Right.
It makes sense. And so let's move on to the part where Prestianni covered his mouth and he said whatever he said. We didn't see it. Right. We saw it, but we don't know what he said. Okay. Right. We weren't able to read his lip or anything like that. So now, do you think there's a possibility that Vini made that up? Because he's like, oh, I got a yellow card, I need to find something to go against one of these players, or not knowing him, but I mean, when you saw the reaction on the spot, it doesn't look like something he made up.
It doesn't, right? Now this is all alleged because it's still an ongoing process. But what I will say is we have not seen Prestianni coming out and saying, well, no, I didn't say this. Having a response to what he was accused of.
Oh, he never denied it.
He's not denying it. Nobody's coming out to say Vinny's lying.
Oh, okay.
So, again, some people might look at it as it depends. Maybe he's advised to just keep it short, just let the investigation carry on. Maybe that's the case. I don't know, but we have not seen him at least coming out saying that this is false.
This is false. Okay. Do you know what? I actually thought he denied it, or at least his team or somebody from his,
No.
Okay, from his side, nobody. There hasn't been.
No.
Okay,
no.
That's interesting. So now it makes it look like he really did it.
Right.
He really said
and that's why some people will say, he's a coward or he's ignorant.
Yeah.
Because
there's no apology, there's nothing.
Right. And if you are not a coward, come out and tell us. Well, tell the fans, tell the public what you said. Tell the truth.
Yeah. And then we also see the video that I saw. We see Mbappe.
Right.
He's backing up Vini.
Rightly so. Yes.
Yeah, he's backing up Vini, and it looks like Mbappe heard it as well.
They're gonna roll with their teammates, right?
Okay.
So
because I don't think he was too far from.
No, it's like this. This incident happens, right?
Okay.
And you're gonna run to the referee and tell him what was said to you.
Okay.
And your teammates, they hear about it. They're gonna come to your defense. It's your teammates, they have your back.
Yeah.
They believe you on the spot, right? So they will have his back regardless.
Makes sense.
They're gonna have his back.
Yeah.
And I think that's another reason why people are looking at Mourinho's reaction. Some people are saying, "Oh, well, he's having the Prestianni's back. That's his player."
I was gonna get down to this.
Yeah. So that's based on the Mbappe, him coming out and speaking. That's what I believe. I believe he's having his teammates back. They believe him. So yeah, they roll with him until the end, and rightly so.
Yes,
rightly
it would be weird if
they all came out against him and you stood against him and said, "What are you talking about?" No,
So you mentioned Mourinho, and like I said, I was going to get into it. Mourinho obviously did not, support Vini's reaction, and he supported Prestianni, which I guess was expected because that's his player. But nevertheless, people were shocked. I saw a lot of people that were like, really, Mourinho coming from you? What do you make of this? Of the, people's reaction? When they say, really, Mourinho, like, coming from you, why?
the way I see it, okay, what is he supposed to do? Now,
good question.
His delivery was wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I think how he addressed the situation, in my opinion, was wrong.
Okay.
Because then you are making out, well, Vinny, if you provoke the fans and you get this reaction, what do you expect? It is what it is.
What so he was kind of saying you deserve.
Basically, don't celebrate.
Mm-hmm.
Be a good boy. You know, you can score your goal, but, you know, just walk away, keep your head down, because if you do celebrate,
this is what you get.
You get this reaction from the crowd, you know, that's you know, maybe you deserve it. I don't know, but that's what it sounds like. And coming from Mourinho, it's very, I don't know if hypocritical is the word, because he was the number one antagonizer. Anybody that knows Mourinho, when he burst into the scene in the early 2000s, and he was saying he's the chosen one, I'm number one, and all this sort of stuff, when his team will be winning, scoring goals, he will come out and celebrate in front of the opposition fans. And I remember, I think it was Inter Milan in 2009 or 10, that season, when they knocked out Barcelona, and he was being trash talked the whole game. And when they won, he comes out and, you know, doing gestures to the fans, all sorts of gestures. And there's so many games that he's done it before. So coming from you, really?
Yes.
You know, but okay, why were people shocked that Mourinho had that reaction? Because for a long time as well, when black players that played under Mourinho, when they were getting racial abuse or just all sorts, he was always coming to their defense. You know, he always stood up for us. But again, it goes back to what I said. You're going to, you know, stand up for your players.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it was a bit of a shock. It was a bit of a shock. Yeah, still is. And look, coming from anybody, I think that's the wrong response.
Okay.
You know, to say if that's, doesn't matter where you're from, what kind of background you have. If you're going to celebrate this way, you should be allowed. But to say, oh no, you celebrate like this and then, you know, what did he say? He said something about the best player that played for Benfica was a black player. So you know this club is not racist. Really.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So that's how I see. I think he's gonna come out in this player's defense. But yes, he was wrong. I think that was wrong.
And what do you make of people saying that it's always Vinny Jr.? Because it's not the first time he experienced something like this. And a lot of people say it's always Vinny Jr. It's always him. Other black players don't have to. We do know there is racism in football, you know, and obviously all those rules against racism is because there has been numerous cases. So why is always Vinny Jr.? Is it true that it's always Vinny Jr. or is it just that Vinny is the one that has the, you know, that was bold enough to expose it?
I'll tell you what it is. In my opinion, it's always Vinny Jr. who's willing to speak up.
Okay.
So whenever something happens, it's always Vinny Jr. who will come. He's not going to waste time.
Okay.
He's going to come out and speak.
So it looks like he's complaining all the time.
He's complaining all the time. But what people fail to realize is this is something that happens all the time. Yeah. Now, there are some players who have this attitude of, listen, it is what it is. It comes with the game. Just suck it up. But that's not the case with Vinny.
Vinny's going to speak.
He's not going to tolerate.
And why do you think a lot of black players don't want to speak up? Like, I don't know if they don't want to speak up or they choose not to, or maybe they might not get them. They're afraid to lose their fan base. You know, I don't like.
You know, it depends.
Because Thierry Henry did say after the whole incident, I did watch Thierry Henry saying that he was victim of this, and he's not the only one. I think also Evra years ago spoke about it. There are many, but it looks like they never spoke at the time.
Right.
They only speak after they've retired. Why so?
Well, there's some players who don't want the attention that's going to come with this sort of accusation. Some of them might be, you know, timid to this type of situation. That I don't want this type of attention. This is too hostile. It is what it is. Just ignore it. It depends as well your surrounding. some people might tell you anything like that. Look, speak out. Some people might say, look, the coaches and whatever, whoever in the background might say to you, it is what it is. It comes with the game.
Because I think the environment that you work in matter.
Right.
So I think it does. Okay, let's not make it okay or normalize it. But I get the fact that the fans, trash talking you, the taunting and all of that. I get it that it comes with the game, but there should be limits of certain things, what can be said and what cannot be said. Now, obviously, we cannot control people's reaction, but if behind closed doors they're being told, don't say anything, it looks like it's all about the money.
Right.
Because it looks like if they're saying something, then I don't know. They want the show to go on.
And that's what comes with it. It's so some players, not even players, but just humans have zero tolerance for racism.
Yeah.
There's some humans that just zero. You just look at me the wrong way. That's it. We're fighting.
Correct. Yeah.
Now there's some other guys. If somebody yells a slur at them, racial slur, they ignore it.
Yeah.
So that's how I look at it. With Vini, he just has no tolerance, zero tolerance towards racism. He wants to speak out. He's going to tackle regardless. All the cameras can be on me. Everybody can say I'm the bad guy. I'm not taking this ish.
Do you think most players should react like Vini did?
Absolutely.
You think they should all
Absolutely.
speak up?
Why deal with this kind of nonsense?
Do you think they're afraid that if they all speak up, there might be a change? But do you think their chances of them, playing football might get in the way?
No.
Because they're like, oh, let's not take this black player. They always want to complain about something. Do you think
there could be that fear that if I just bring all this attention, I probably get transferred? I don't know, but again, I think some of them is just the fear.
The fear, yeah.
To speak out, or they just have the personality. They can cope with it.
They can cope with it, yeah.
So
Mbappe did it. Well, I mean, not that he did it, but he supported Vini, and it looked like people were supportive of what Mbappe did. Because it looks like, I don't know if it's just me, but I felt like there was a time Mbappe's popularity, people were talking like very negative about him. I don't know why. You probably know more of it than I would. But after what he did, people were like, yeah, Mbappe. Do you think because Mbappe is more of how can I say that? He's bigger, like in terms of, his name and as a player. He has more impact, or you know what I mean?
Mbappe
hadn't been a different player backing up Vini, would have the same impact? Because I felt like he really played on. People were really supporting Mbappe for what he did.
What I will say is Mbappe doing this might push other players and
to
to stand up.
Was Mbappe
to speak out?
Was Mbappe ever victim of this?
I'm
that you know
sure,
of?
Not that we know of. No, well, I'm pretty sure it's happened. No, not that I know of.
Okay.
No. But I think this is the first time. I could be wrong, but I think this is the first time he spoke out against this type of situation.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And fair play to him again. I hope this opens the door to other players now to speak out.
Yeah.
Mbappe and Vini.
Yeah.
And so that if there is incident like that and other players will speak out, now your teammates as well can back you up. Not that everybody stays silent.
Mm-hmm. I get what you mean. Yeah.
So hopefully, it's a start of something.
Yeah.
Because these players shouldn't have to deal with that. Absolutely not. Because at the end of the day, we all know these UEFA, they'll just say, take a knee, and we'll do these advertisements and have to say no to racism on t-shirt, but
it's not changing.
It's not changing anything.
So clearly they need to improve.
Right.
Yeah.
So players having each other's backs hopefully might push onto something else. What will happen, we don't know. Yeah. But I'm hoping that that's the start of a movement.
Do you think the suspension and Prestianni being banned,
right,
was that enough, one match? Or you felt like it should have been more?
I think he's banned for one match because it's still ongoing, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, okay. So
There's
this is
still
not
an
the final.
investigation.
Okay, this is not the final decision.
I don't think so.
So it looks like they're trying to handle it.
Right.
It's not like, oh, we're just gonna keep playing. It is what it is. No, the fact that they're banning him,
they've tackled it.
they've at least trying to do something. So that's a good thing.
Right. And let's see what kind of suspension he gets if it comes out that that's what he said.
Yes.
We'll see what kind of suspension he gets.
It's gonna be a really hard one in terms of knowing what he really said, because if he's not saying I'm sorry, at least the fact that he's not apologizing, it's already not working in his favor.
Right.
Now, going back to I want to go back to Vini celebration. Him getting the yellow card, and obviously he didn't understand. You also said the same thing. Celebrating, dancing is part of the game. Do you think football or even sport in general has gone really soft? Like, do you feel like there's too many rules about the do's and the don'ts?
Oh yeah, of course.
When you watched it, as a little boy, and you watch it now, do you feel the difference?
Yeah, well, the game has changed a lot. Since we were kids, the game has gone, we can say softer. Absolutely. Nowadays, you can't even touch a player and you get a yellow card. I mean, there was a game there on Wednesday or during the week. It was Juventus were playing against Galatasaray. And a player jumped in the air to header the ball, and whatever way he landed, he stood on the opposite player, and he got a yellow card. They gave him a second yellow card for that, and the referee went to check the camera, the VAR, and for some reason came back, canceled the second yellow, gave him a straight red. So I think a straight red means a certain amount of game bans. But my point is that these kind of incidents, I mean, to me, that's not a yellow card. I mean, when we were growing up, there was a lot worse than that, and players were getting away with it. I mean, some people might argue that was a yellow card. Okay, fair enough. I would argue that, okay, you could have called it foul, maybe and told the player, look, one more foul, and you get a second yellow, but to send him off for that, because you could see even with the camera, the VAR, when he jumped to header the ball, he's focused on the ball and he's not looking where he's going to land. He just happened to land on the other player.
Okay. And
for you to give him that yellow, straight red, I disagree. So yeah, no, the game it's changed a lot. There's too many rules. And VAR was supposed to help this.
Yes, because back then they didn't have the
option. Nah, a lot of people will argue, say it's making it worse. You don't enjoy the game anymore because a lot of the times now when players score, you don't know whether to celebrate or not because you're gonna go back to VAR, and then it gets changed. So yeah, the decision will get changed, and
it's not the way it used to be.
It's not the way it used to be. There was room for human error, and which is it's normal.
It's expected.
It's expected.
Yeah.
Not anymore.
What do you think can be done? Do you think a boycott, even about the whole football system, whether it's injustice, or is it the fact that things are going too soft, it's not the way it used to be? Do you think a boycott would help? Or as in if they see that they're not getting the views, for example, right? And people are not investing as much. Do you think it's going to make them rethink certain decisions? Or do you feel like boycott is just not the solution?
No, I don't think it's a solution. Now, in terms of racism, yes. Okay, certain players, maybe they can walk out.
Okay.
They say, well, no, we're not dealing with this,
Okay.
Because we're boycotting this.
I know it's not the same thing, but the whole thing of walking out, we also what happened between Senegal and Morocco when they walked out. It was definitely, it was not looked at as a very good thing. There were rumors that they were going to take the cup away from them and all of that. So, do you feel like people should still, walk out players when there's racism and things like that?
You need to make your voice heard. You need to take action. That's for sure.
Yeah. Going to ask you if there's, your final word, like something else that you want to add, or something that, there's a question that I didn't ask you and you want to, something that you wanted to say.
Well, I think the whole situation, because this is what it's about, right?
Yes.
Mbappe, Vinny Jr. and
Vinny
Prestianni.
Jr. But obviously, you can also, talk about other parts.
No, I mean, look, if he's found guilty, I'm hoping they give him a serious ban.
Okay.
And maybe a hefty fine.
Mm-hmm.
Just to
teach him a lesson.
Teach him a lesson. Right.
Teach him a lesson. And it's also gonna be a lesson for the others.
Because
they're gonna be like, okay, this is what we're gonna get.
As harsh as it may sound, but you need to make an example out of somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Make an example out of him that this is it. We're not tolerating this nonsense.
Mm-hmm.
So if it means doing that, absolutely. So yeah, that's what we're waiting for. We're waiting for the result of this investigation, and let's see what's going to happen. And like I said, with the players coming out and speaking for Vinny, with his teammates, fair play to them. They stood up for their guy, and that's the way to do it, because it happens sometimes. Some teammates, they don't want to know about it, but the fact that wasn't the case there, I'm supportive of that.
You're happy about that?
I'm happy with that. So let's see what happens.
Okay, cool. Yeah. I hope so. I hope they're going to come up with a solution. Thank you guys for watching us. Thank you, Giovanni, for answering all this questions. It was definitely a pleasure having you here. Let us know in the comment section what are your thoughts, and we'll see you next time.